Hello everyone, today let's learn about calendars. Basically in these calendars we have ordinary year as well as the leap year. Ordinary year as well as leap year. So coming to this ordinary year we have 365 days. That is, this can also be denoted as 52 weeks plus 1 odd day. Basically, this odd day is nothing but the number of days more than the week. That is, after we calculate these days in terms of weeks, the extra day is called as odd day. Okay. Coming to the leap year, we have 366 days. That is, the extra day is in the month of Feb, which is Feb 29th. This can be denoted as 52 weeks plus 2 odd days. For every 4 years, you will get the leap year. Now, to check if the given year is leap year or not, basically we divide the given year with 4. Okay. Now, let's check if 2011 is leap year or not. Now, if we try to divide this 2011 with 4, we'll get value as 502.75. Okay. So, this is not divisible by 4. So, hence 2011 is not leap year. Let's check another example. Now, let's divide 2012 with 4. If you divide this 2012 with 4, you will get value as 503. That is, this 2012 is divisible by 4. Hence, 2012 can also be known as the leap year. Okay, where you have 366 days. Hence, what we can conclude is all the multiples of 4 is a leap year. Now, let's discuss about odd days. Okay, as we have already seen, the odd days denotes as the number of days more than the complete week is known as odd days. That is, here 1 week is represented as 7 days. Okay, now let's check how we have to calculate the odd days. Okay, let's say we have 9 days. Now we have to check how many odd days are there in this 9 days. So for this, what we have to do is, first we have to take the given number and divide this given number using 7. Now if you divide this, you will get remainder as 2. Now this 9 days can be represented as 1 week plus 2 odd days. In this 9 days, we have 2 odd days and 1 week. Okay. Now let's try to calculate few more odd days. Okay. So let's say we have 8 days. So for this 8 days, if we divide this 8 days with 7, we'll get the value as 1 week plus 1 odd day. Next, if let's say if you have 21 days, then if you divide this 21 with 7, then you will get value as 3 weeks plus 0 odd day, because this 21 is divisible by 7. So this is how you have to calculate the number of odd days. So by now you understood what is odd day and how you have to calculate odd day. Now let's try to memorize few things. So each odd day has been assigned to 1 week value or else day. Okay. Now let's see that. If the number of odd days is 0, then its value is Sunday. Okay. If value is 1, then it's Monday. 2 is Tuesday. 3 is Wednesday. 4 is Thursday. 5 is Friday. and finally 6 is Saturday. Okay, try to memorize these values because most of our problems depends on this odd days and its respective day. Now let's discuss about century year. Basically, the century year is nothing but for every 100 years it is known as century years. So similarly, like 100 is century year, 200, 300, 400, 600, 800, 1200, 1600, 1800, 2000, etc. So whenever your year is ending with two zeros or else more than two zeros, then it is known as century year. Okay, now let's check if the century year is leap year or not. So for doing this check, what we have to do is, so if it is not a century year, we used to divide it using 4, right? But here this 0 is not divisible by 4, right? So for calculating century years, we should not use 4. Instead, we have to use 400. Okay. To check if century year is leap year or not, we have to divide it by 400 and check if it is leap year or not. Now let's see a few examples and check if it is a leap year or not. Okay. Let's see if 1200 is leap year or not. So for doing this, we have to divide this given century year with 400. Now if you cancel these two and this 1200 is divisible by 400, hence it is a leap year. Okay. Now let's see another example. Let's take 1500 divided by 400. Now if you try to cancel this, 15 is not divisible by 4, hence it's not leap year. Okay, so this is how you have to calculate leap years for century years. Okay, so till now what we have learned is, so in ordinary year we have 365 days, which can also be denoted as 52 weeks plus 1 odd day. In leap year we have 366 days, which can also be denoted as 52 weeks plus 2 odd days. And for each and every odd day, its respective weekday has been assigned. So this is what we have learned. Now let's see one example where we'll be calculating the last day of the particular year. Okay, now let's see an example. We'll be calculating from year 1 to year 50. Okay, in this year 50, in this 50th year, we'll see what is 31st December weekday. Okay, weekday. Now to calculate this, first what we have to do is, we have to check how many number of leap years are there in this 50 years. Okay, so for doing that, first what we have to do to check if it is a leap year or not, first we have to check if this is a century year or not. So this is definitely not a century year. Okay, if it is not a century year, we have to divide the given value by 4. Okay, now if you divide the given value by 4, you will get value as 0, 2 8, and you have remainder 2. So here the value is 12. Okay, so this denotes as 12 leap years. Okay, now out of 50 years, if 12 are leap years, then remaining are the ordinary years, right? So if you have 12 leap years, then you have 38 ordinary years. Okay, now if your year is leap year, then you have 2 odd days, right? Now what you have to do is, like, you have to multiply with this 2. Okay, now your value is 12 into 2 plus, for each ordinary year your odd day is 1, right? So you have multiply it with 1. Now its value is 24 plus 38, which is equals to 62. Now this is 62 days. Now if you want to convert the 62 days in terms of weeks and odd days, then you will have 8 weeks plus 6 odd days. So you remember it, right? How to calculate from days to weeks plus odd days. So the given value you have to divide it by 7. Okay, then you will get this value. Okay, the remainder value is the odd days and the quotient value is the weekdays. Now if it is 6 odd days, for 6 value it's Saturday, right? Therefore the last day of 50th year is 31st December is Saturday. Now let's see another example. So we'll try to calculate for 100 years. Okay, so we'll check what is 31st December of 100th year. Okay, so for doing this, just focus here. So for doing this is century year, right? So if it is century year, you cannot divide it by 4, you have to divide it by 400. So for doing this, what we have to do is, we have to divide this 100 years into 2 parts. That is from 0 to 99 plus 100th year. Okay, 0 to 99 plus 100th year. As this is not a century year, we can divide this by 4, right? To check the number of leap years. Okay, now 4 into 23 is 92, 4 into 24 is 96, 4 into 25 is 100. So if we want to divide this 99, so 24 is okay, 24 is 96. So we have 24 leap years. Okay, in this 99 years we have 24 leap years. Okay, now coming to 100th year. This 100th year is a century year where we cannot divide it by 4, so we have to divide it by 400. But for dividing it by 400, this 100 is less than 400, so we cannot divide 100 by 400. If we want to divide with 400, the value should be equals to 400 or greater than 400, but not less than 400, right? So this year we cannot calculate the leap year, hence this is a ordinary year. So out of 100 years, if there are 24 leap years, then we have 76 ordinary years. Okay, now if there are 24 leap years, then we have to multiply this 24 into 2 odd days, right? For a leap year we have 2 odd days. Okay, plus we have 76 ordinary years, right? So for the ordinary year we have value as 1, so multiply it with 1. Now the value is, if we multiply this, 48 plus 76, which is 124 days. Now if we want to convert these days into weeks plus odd day, we have to divide the given number of days with 7. Then you will get value as 17 weeks plus 5 odd days. Okay, okay. Now if it is 5 odd days, then the value is Friday, right? Therefore 31st December 100th year is Friday. Similarly, now let's calculate for 200, 300 and 400 as well. Okay, so in the first one, for 100 years we have seen that we got 5 odd days. Okay, if it is 5 odd days, then it is Friday, right? Okay, now first 200 years. For 100 years, if it is 5 odd days, then for 200 years it is 5 into 2 is 10 odd days. Okay, now if we convert this 10 odd days in terms of weeks and odd days, then we have to divide this by 7. Okay, now if we divide this by 7, then we have like 1 week plus 3 odd days. Okay, if it is 3 odd days, then it is Wednesday. This is like these points are important, please do remember it. Next, third one, for 300 years. For 100 years we have 5 odd days, right? So similarly for 300 years we have 15 odd days. Okay, now if we convert this in terms of weeks and odd days, then we have 2 weeks plus 1 odd day. Okay, if it is 1 odd day, then it is Monday. Okay, now finally fourth one, for 400 years. See, this 400 can be divided by 400. If it is divisible by 400, then what we told, it is a leap year, right? Now let's see here. For 100 years, if we have 5 odd days, then for 400 years we have 20 odd days, plus this is divisible by 400, right? 400 divisible by 400, hence this is a leap year, so we have one extra day, that is 21 odd days. Okay, if it is 21 odd days, and if we try to convert this into in terms of weeks and odd days, then we get 3 weeks plus 0 odd day. Okay, if it is 0 odd day, then it is Sunday. Okay, so this is how you have to calculate for 100, 200, 300, 400 and so on for every century year. Now from this what we can conclude is, every century year which is multiple of 4 have 0 odd days. Okay, every century year which is multiple of 4 have 0 odd days. Okay, remember. So examples like 400, 800, 1600, 1200, etc. So all these have 0 odd days. So that's it, guys. Until now we have learned basics of calendar. We have learned 3 important points. That is, one is the ordinary years, that is 52 weeks plus 1 day, and leap year we have 52 weeks plus 2 days, 2 odd days. And second one is for each and every odd day assigned one particular weekday value. And the third one is the number of odd days for 100, 200, 300 and 400. And out of this we have also concluded that every multiple of 4 is having 0 odd day. Okay, so in next video we'll try to solve few problems on calendars, so you'll have some idea. So now if you like my videos, please do subscribe and like my videos. Thank you so much.